Welcome back to Great Day. Lou, Molly Elson in for Jackie and Jason, all primed and ready. And we have somebody else who is sitting in for someone.
I'm ready.
Ron, the car guy, taking a couple of weeks off. And so in his stead, it is now Joe, the car guy from Westside Auto Pros. How you doing, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Your car start okay like Molly's did this morning?
It did.
Was it outside, sitting on the street?
It was.
It was, okay.
Mine too.
Does it have 249,000 miles on it?
Slightly less than that.
Okay.
I think that's amazing.
That's
awesome.
impressive is what it is.
At this point now, it's just a challenge. Just keep going with it.
Right, and the body is holding up. I mean, it's not rusted or anything. It's really holding up well. So.
Doing better than me
awesome.
then.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But you know, there are some people that I'm sure they've gone out to their car either first thing this morning or they're about ready to go out to their car, or they're going to turn the key, nothing's going to happen, and next thing you know, they're calling you guys over at Westside Auto Pros saying, fix my ride.
Exactly.
But that's only the beginning of the repair process, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Today we're talking about, technicians, who's working on your car, when you call a shop. I think I work with 5 of the best in Des Moines, and I'm probably biased because I hired them, and I have to say that.
So when people call
Yeah.
Westside Auto Pro and Ron gets on the phone, he takes your phone calls and he can say, oh yeah, I can fix that. He doesn't really necessarily mean that Ron, the car guy, is going to be.
No, we lock him in the office.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, we have. Same with me. I sit up front and I smile and let somebody else handle the repairs.
People with the brains.
That's right. But there's a lot of things that set technicians apart. One of them being, there's manufacturers. They all have their own certification programs. Where you could be Chevrolet certified, or you could be. We've got a tech that's actually Porsche Premier Master certified.
I didn't know that. Now, ASE, people might see these on walls if you go to a repair store, or a repair shop, I should say. Tell everybody what that means.
That is, that's the Automotive Service Excellence. It's kind of the governing body, so to speak, for technicians. That's what they take. They do actually expire, so a technician has to recertify. They have to stay up to date because they'll change the classes based on technology. To make sure.
Well, we were talking before the break about the new Chevy Volt is out. The new Chevy Bolt has been talked about, and that's new technology. So you guys have to stay on top of stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Just being able to change brakes or something is not good enough anymore, really. And that's one thing too with the ASEs is you can tout that you have ASE certified technicians. Well, you could be just certified in brakes, but then you don't want necessarily that person changing the engine in your car if that were to happen. So we only employ master certified technicians, and what that means is they've had to go through all 8 of the
Areas of the car,
of the car, so that we can fix everything from changing your oil to check engine lights to putting a transmission in your car.
So when we call our car repair place, is it fair to ask about the technicians and say, hey, do you have somebody who is certified in? I drive a Chrysler minivan when I'm not driving my Toyota. It's certified to work on this car. Is it fair as a consumer to ask that?
I think that's fair. You're going to be, paying somebody a healthy chunk of money, to be fixing your car. I'd want to know who was working on it.
Right. Or is it a real mechanic, or is it your cousin's kid? Or,
yeah, exactly. Because those people exist. You can go onto Craigslist and you can find somebody that'll work under a tarp. For $20 an hour, they're out there.
By the chance. No, but seriously, with the technology today, you have to be on top of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not, up to date in all 8 of those fields, there's times where you don't even want that person changing your oil. And I know that sounds simple, but you want somebody with a head on their shoulders that knows what they're doing. Yeah,
something as simple as rotating tires, as we learned from Ron when he was here, about having to reset the sensors so your vehicle knows which tire is where on the vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that simple that you never would have thought of. So
I feel like having worked on this show and being through this segment this many times, I could maybe pass the test.
Probably the brakes, yes. I think anybody could pass the brakes, and that's why I say it's so important to make sure that they're not just certified. Make sure
now,
that
let's talk about today, because obviously very cold. It's still below zero right now, Jason. I guarantee there's some folks that are watching the show right now whose car will not start today. Now, you guys are going to be out helping people get their cars going first thing today?
Absolutely.
And how do they get a hold of you so you can get over there and help them?
You can call us at the shop, 225-9090. We have mobile battery vans that'll be out all day long.
Now, that's the number that we've talked about with Ron before, that you might want to put that in your cell phone or write it down so you have it, so in case something happens, maybe battery. You just put it under battery, so you just go to battery, search for battery on your device, and just call them real quick so we can get out there and get you fixed.
Exactly, and if you call that at 2 in the morning, you're still going to get a number that you can call somebody to make sure that you're taken care of. So that number, I mean, it runs 24/7. Don't hesitate to call it.
Yeah, so go check your vehicle early so you can get on the list, so you're not waiting until noon.
Exactly, yeah. Last week when we were in that cold spell, we were running 3 or 4 hours to get out to somebody, and it's just because of the volume of calls. We're not lollygagging.
Well, at least we'll keep that story running while Ron's out of town.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell everybody where you guys are located.
We are located at 1901 Northwest 92nd Court, just off of Swanson Boulevard in Clive.
And to get directions, easiest way to get directions is jump on the internet.
Jump on the internet, or you can call us and we'll guide you.
We'll
in.
walk you in. We'll guide them in. Take the flags out there and wave them in.
Ooh, nice.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Joe the Car Guy, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Joe.
Be good. It is 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. We come back totally